Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Stylebytife. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to cut and sew a simple wide leg palazzo trouser with an elastic waistband that you are seeing on the screen right now. If you are something you're interested in, keep on watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Now let's get started. So guys, I'll be making use of this Ankara fabric and I have 3 yards of it. So this is what I'll be using for this tutorial. If you want a bigger size, you will need more than 3 yards, of course. So we're going to be cutting out the front first. I've gone ahead to cut out this piece which I'm going to use for the front piece, and I folded it into 2 using my hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 8 inches. So fold your fabric into 2 first and use your hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 7 or 8 inches, and then you cut it out. So my hip measurement is 40 and that divided by 4 will give me 10 inches. Then I'm going to be adding extra 8 inches, so that will give me 18 inches altogether. So that's what I use to cut out this front piece. After doing that, I'm going to rule a starting line which is going to serve as my waistline. So I'll start by taking all my vertical measurements. I'm going to be having a waistband of 2 inches. So from the starting line, I'll extend my tape by that 2 inches that I want to use for my waistband. You can use 1.5 inches or 2.5 inches for your waistband. But for me, I want to use 2 inches. That's why I extend my tape by that 2 inches. And then I will measure down to my hip line, which is 9 inches. I'll mark it here on this other side, just for me to have an accurate measurement. After marking it, from the waistline, I will measure down to my crotch, which is 12 inches. So I'm going to explain this all over again. From the waistline, extend your tape by 2 inches. Then you measure down to your hip line and then to your crotch line. After doing that, I will go ahead and rule a line across all these points and then I will label it. So we have the waistline, the hip line and then the crotch line. Now from the starting line again, I will extend my tape by the same 2 inches for the waistband. I'm going to measure the full length of my trouser. That's the length I want my palazzo pant to be. For me, I want it to be 41 inches plus extra 1.5 inches folding allowance. That will give me 42.5 inches altogether. So from the starting line, mark the length you want your trouser to be and add extra 1.5 inches or 2 inches folding allowance. After marking it, go ahead and rule a line across. The next thing I'm going to do now is to start adding all the horizontal measurements, that's the body measurement. So because it's a free trouser, I'll be adding elastic to the waist area. I'll come to the hip line and mark my hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 5 inches for his. My palazzo trouser is going to be very big, that's why I'm adding extra inches. So on the hip line, mark your round hip measurement divided by 4 plus extra 4 or 5 inches. For me, my hip measurement is 40 and that divided by 4 will give me 10. Then I'm going to be adding extra 5 inches. Now I'll take the measurement, the whole measurement I have on the hip line, and what I have here is 15 inches. So I'll come to the waistline and mark the same measurements I use on the hip line, and I'll also mark the same thing on the crotch line. After doing so, I'll go ahead and connect all these points together to give me a straight line. The next thing I'm going to do is to get the crotch extension, and to get that, I'll divide my actual hip, that's your normal round hip measurement, by 16. So my hip is 40 divided by 16 will give me 2.5 inches. So from here, I'll measure 2.5 inches and mark it. From the middle, I'll go in by 1 inch and made a mark. Then I'll just connect it into the hip line just for us to create our crotch curve. So this is our crotch curve now. Since this is a free pant, a free palazzo pant, I'll measure what I have on the crotch line and take it all the way down. If you don't want it to be bigger, you can reduce your measurements as it goes down. And if you want yours to be bigger, you can add your measurements as you're marking it. For me, I want it straight all the way down. That's why I'm using the measurements I have on the crotch line. After doing that, I'll go ahead and connect all this, then cut it out. So this is all for the front piece. Now I'm going to use the front piece to cut out the back pattern. For the back pattern, fold your fabric into 2 again, making sure it's bigger than what you folded for the front pattern. After folding the fabric, I'm going to place the front piece on top of it like this. So by the time you place the front on the back piece, you're going to have some excess at the front, like extra 3 to 4 inches. Also guys, don't place the front exactly at the top. You should come down by 3 or 4 inches from the top area. And I'm just going to pin the front together with the back piece. Once you are done doing that, now from the crotch line, I'm going to add extra 2 inches for his of the back pattern. So mark 2 inches all the way down and connect it to form a straight line. I'm going to mark the same 2 inches on the hip line and on the waistline as well. So mark 2 inches all around, then you connect it to form a knee crotch curve. On the waistline on the back piece, I'm going to come up by 2 inches. You can go up by 2.5 inches if you're on a bigger size. And I'm going to connect it towards the side. Just go ahead and do the same thing I'm doing right here. So by the time you connect that, the back waist is going to be 2 inches higher than the front. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut the back out, and that's all for this. So we now have 2 pieces for the front and 2 pieces for the back. So we are going to start sewing all this together. So before we start sewing all these pieces together, I'm going to cut the pocket, the side pocket of the trouser, and I folded my fabric into 4. So first fold your fabric into 2, then fold it again, making 4 all together. So I'll make a mark, and from that mark I'll measure down 7 inches and make a point. Then I'm going to place my hand on it like this. Make sure you spread your hand. Then from the first point, I'll create a curve, a circle, just like you see me doing, towards the second point. So make a mark, and from that mark, come down by 7 inches, then make the second point. So you place your hand on it and form a circle from the first point to the other point. After doing that, I'll go ahead and cut this out. By the time you cut it out, you're going to have 4 pieces of it. So I'll keep this aside and start joining my trouser together. Next, I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and stitch down the crotch area all the way down with about ½ an inch on both the front and the back. This is what I had after I was done doing that. The next thing I'll do now is to attach my pockets. So I'll bring my front piece and open it up like this. And at the side here, from the waistline, I'll come down by 1 inch. I'll do the same thing on the other side here. From the waistline, I'll come down by 1 inch and make a mark. After doing that, I'll place one of the pockets right side facing each other like this and pin it down. I'll do the same thing on the other side of the front. Pin down your pocket, then I'll head over to the sewing machine and stitch down the 2 sides. I'll do the same thing I did here on the back piece as well. After that, I'll place the front and the back piece together right side facing each other. The back is always bigger than the front. So what I'm going to do now is to align the side together like this. Then I'm going to head over to the sewing machine and stitch from the top area all the way around the pocket to the end. So you're going to stitch from the waist area all the way around the pocket all the way down. I'll do the same thing on the other side here as well. So I'm going to align the 2 sides and stitch from the waist all the way around the pocket and all the way down. So this is what I had after I was done doing that. The next thing is to join the crotch area together. So I'll bring the crotch together and pin it down at the middle. Then I'll stitch from one end to the crotch area and then from the crotch area to the other end. I'll also hem the end of my trouser on both sides. Guys, I'm in love with this already. We're almost done, and I've hemmed the 2 ends with the folding allowance, as you can see. Moving ahead, what I'm going to do now is to attach my elastic waistband. So I'm going to measure what I have all the way around the waist and use that to cut out my band. For me, after measuring that, I have the old tape for mine. So I'll be adding extra 1 inches to that. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to be using the old tape. Cause this is 60 inches, and if I should add to my tape, I'm going to have 63 inches. So that will be 63 inches altogether since I'm using the old tape. So this is 60 inches, and after adding the 3 inches, I now have 63 inches for my round waist. What I'll do now is to just fold my tape into 2, just for us to divide our measurement into 2 equal parts. So after folding my tape into 2, I have 31.5 inches. Now I'll just fold my band into 2 like this. Can you see? And I'm going to measure out 31.5 inches. Then I'm going to add extra ½ inches as my sewing allowance. That will give me 32 inches altogether. So I'll just use these 32 inches to cut out my band. After doing that, I folded my band into 2 and it's 2.5 inches in a fold. I used 2 inches for my waistband. So the remaining ½ inch I added to it will be used to join the band together with the trouser. Now I'll fold the band into 2 like this. Then I'll head over to the sewing machine and join it together with about ½ an inch. So guys, I've gone ahead to iron out my band, as you can see, and I'll be using the small elastic for the purpose of this tutorial. I'll be using this small elastic to achieve a big waistband since I don't have the wide elastic at the moment. What I'll do now is to create a 3 lines on the waistband, and to do that, let me explain that for you guys. We're going to join the trouser and the band together with ½ inch, that's 0.5 inch. So by the time you remove that ½ inch from the band, I'll be left with 2 inches. Now I'm going to divide the 2 inches by 3 since I'm going to be creating 3 lines on the band. We're going to create 3 elastic casing on the band. So whatever you get, you're going to use it to make points on the band. This join part where I have the joining will be at the back, and this is where I'll be marking the point on. After doing that, what I'm going to do now is to head over to the sewing machine. On the first point, I'll make a straight stitch all the way around, but I won't stitch it all the way to the end. I'll leave about 1.5 inches opening so that I can pass the elastic through. Let me explain that again. On the first point, make a straight stitch all the way around, but don't stitch it all the way to the end. Leave about 1.5 inches or 2 inches opening so that you can pass the elastic through. Next, I'll move to the second line and stitch all the way around to create the second casing. Then I'll repeat the same process on the third line as well. So this is what it looked like after I was done creating the 3 lines. You can see the opening I was talking about. So the space I have in between these 3 lines is where I'll be passing my elastic through. I've gone ahead to cut out my elastic off the camera. As you can see, I have 3 elastic. So what I'll do now before I pass my elastic into the casing, I'll pick my band from the join part. I'll fold it into 2 just to get the center of the band. Then I'm going to make a notch. So this place I notch here will be at the front of my trouser. Now I'll place the notch part of my band on my trouser at the center front. Then I'll pin it down. After doing that, I'll head over to the sewing machine and stitch all the way around, but it won't get to the end. Remember the 1.5 inches opening we left on the band. So we are going to be passing our elastic into the 3 casing first before stitching the band all the way to the end. This is the opening I was talking about. Now I'll pick one of my elastic with the help of my pin. I'll just pass it through the first casing, the first line. The measurement I use for my elastic is I subtract 4 inches from my actual waist. My actual waist is 29 minus 4 equals to 25. So I use that measurement to cut out my elastic. So remove 4 inches from your normal waist and use that measurement to cut out your elastic. After doing that, I'll keep passing my elastic until it comes out on the other side. Guys, I'm done passing the elastic into the casing and I didn't bother stitching the end of my elastic. What I did was to just tie it together. You can go ahead to your sewing machine if you want to stitch it down. After tying, I'll take the second elastic and keep passing it. I'll do the same thing for the third elastic as well. Lastly, what I'll do now is to head over to the sewing machine and stitch down all the openings, and that's basically all for this. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Please like, share, comment. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified whenever I post a new video. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. We must never stop the way, Birds jumping and I hear my name, grasping